Hi guys, welcome back to this week's video. I really do like to say this week as if I make one every week. I mentioned in a previous video, it might have been the last video, that I wanted to do something and it seemed like the thing, I said I was going to do it whether you guys wanted to or not, so now I'm doing it. I have been drinking a lot of coffee in quarantine because there's not a whole lot else to do. For those of you who don't know, I have a standard coffee order at Starbucks. I get a venti blonde latte with almond milk, and sometimes when I'm feeling spicy, an extra shot. But when I go to school every morning, I take the city bus from my town to the next town over so I can go to university. So I just sit my little butt on the city bus for 50 minutes until I get to the mall, which is my transfer, so that I can get my Starbucks and start my day. So yesterday we were in Campo River so that we could buy my grandma some groceries and drop them off at her house so that she didn't have to leave the house. And I made a request that we stop at Starbucks so I could stock up. So here's the clip. Okay, so we're in Campo River right now because, as I've mentioned in a previous video, the Starbucks in our town is closed for renovations. So we went to get some groceries for my grandma, and I insisted that we go and get some Starbucks because I've not had Starbucks in like a month and a half since school shut down. And it is the only thing in my life that brings me joy. So we're now here.
Oh no.
Besides my mother, of course.
Oh, let's hope it's open.
Oh my god.
It doesn't look open.
Hi there.
Hello.
Can I get a grande decaf latte?
Anything else?
Yeah, and two blonde venti lattes with almond milk as well.
2 quad venti latte?
No, just blonde. So I said 2 people in the car order 4 coffees. So they were open and now I got my 3 coffees. So,
Okay.
oh my god, the sun. So this is the big moment. I'm being reunited with my love after a month and a half. However, this is technically decaf, so it's not blonde, which my coffee order is a venti blonde latte with almond milk, usually an extra shot, but this is close. It's still Starbucks. Cheers.
Cheers. I can't drink that. My starter's in.
Oh my god.
Is it so good? Or not as good as you remember?
The sun is so good. Everything is right in the world. And here's proof that I actually did do that. And I've already drinking one. Okay, so if you haven't figured it out already, ta-da! We're gonna make almond milk! And I think I'm gonna try doing oat milk too, because Fabiana, who is like one of my YouTube friends, she was like, that's my favorite, you should make it. And I was like, okay, I will do that, because I've never had oat milk before, so. Also for the occasion, I tried to make cold brew for the first time, just like with whatever coffee I had. And so we're gonna see if it's any good. I really doubt it though. I'm not very good at making coffee. The common problem that I'm facing with all of these recipes that I want to make is that I don't have cheesecloth. So I'm gonna be trying to figure out some sort of way to strain all of these. Since I had these soaking overnight, I have to strain the water. And then you're supposed to give them a little rinse. I have soaked and strained my little almond babies. Okay, got my blender here. I'm gonna put my almonds in. I'm gonna use filtered water. Some of the recipes said 2 cups to every cup of almonds. Some of them said 4. I'm gonna do 4 since I feel like I have more than a cup of almonds. It's so cute, they're like swimming around. Like the girl from Nemo. The almonds are like, ah. This feels like a lot of water for a cup of almonds. But isn't almond milk like mostly water anyway? I don't know. So I'm pretty sure you can add vanilla to this along with like honey and stuff like that to make it sweet. I don't generally sweeten my almond milk. But I'm pretty sure you're supposed to add the vanilla after you blend it, but as you can see, I just don't care. I don't follow the rules. I've spent my whole life following the rules.
And I'll probably continue to do so.
I'm worried that this is gonna be too much water. You can always add water, but you can't take it away, and I'm just taking that risk. Am I kind of a careless person? Or not? Oh, maybe it's this one. Ah! Okay. Ooh, it smells interesting. Now, I know that you're all about to laugh at me, but I have these like David's tea bag things, and I believe that I'm smart enough to make this work. It's working, I'm a genius. I feel like I wouldn't mind keeping the almond like bits in my almond milk because I really like pulp in my orange juice, and this is basically just the almond pulp of the almond milk. This is going so slow. Are you seeing this? Do you guys ever just like in the middle of doing something wonder like how you got to the point in your life where this is what you're doing? Okay, I think before I try the almond milk, I'm going to go ahead and make the oat milk, and then I can do like a little side-by-side comparison, you know? Okay, so I was being a genius off camera and I thought I should turn it on and show you guys what I'm doing. I was like, I don't know, like fuck it, I'm just gonna use a towel and a bowl and see if it strains through, and it did. It did in like 10 seconds, and this is still going. So this is kind of gross and weird. Does anybody know what I can do with this? Should I eat some? Don't be afraid to milk the almond udder. It's a natural part of life, and believe it or not, the almonds need to be milked or they get like backed up with milk. It's good for them. Look at that. Oh, okay, I'm gonna pop this in the fridge while I make the oat milk and kind of deal with what's happening here. Look at this. Ew. Ugh. It's so strange. It has the weirdest texture and it tastes like nothing, but it's like grainy. It's like what eating sand would be like, I imagine. Not that I do it. So the recipe for oat milk is relatively the same. It actually is exactly the same. I don't know why I'm saying relatively, but it is a cup of oats to 4 cups of water. I'm gonna half the recipe because I've never had oat milk and I don't know if I'm gonna like it. So I'm doing half a cup and then 2 cups of water. You're not supposed to soak your oats because oat milk can get slimy if you're not careful. So that is the reason that oat milk is probably one of the easier milks to make, because you don't need to like think ahead and soak the almonds overnight and then blah, 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 blah. You can just throw it in the blender and boom, you have milk. This is so fun. I wish I could be the type of person who makes their own like plant-based milks all the time, but the reality is I'm just not that person. But I wish I was. I feel like I'd be a better person if I've spent the time and I was detailed enough to care about where my milk comes from, but I'm not, and I'm lazy. So I don't really care enough to go back and look, but if I remember correctly, you're not supposed to blend this one too long because you also run the risk of making it slimy. So I'm gonna just eyeball it and try my best, and if it's slimy, I'm going to hate it, and I know I will. So let's just... Jesus Christ. I'm so easily startled. That just scared me so bad. I've been watching a lot of forensic files, so I've been convinced for weeks now that I'm just gonna be murdered. Like somebody's gonna break into my house and murder me. Cancel, cancel, cancel. But, you know, it smells like oatmeal. Y'all be putting oatmeal in your coffee? I don't know about that. This milk is really weird. It's not really chunky, but it's not straining very well. Fabiana, I feel like you're playing with me right now. In fact, this is a challenge. I want you to make oat milk. And tell me if it's anything like the stuff you buy. Because maybe that's the problem. Maybe you can't home make oat milk that tastes as good as store-bought. I'm just gonna set it aside and let it do its thing because it's taking forever. And I'm going to strain my cold brew because we need to move along. Boom. Yeah. Okay, So we have this like reusable coffee filter thing. Why haven't I been using this for the milks? This would have been like perfect. So I'm just gonna, why not? Let's put it in the thing. And just strain it. This is like the smartest idea I've had in my entire life. Looking at it, it kind of looks weak. Okay, it is trying time, I think. I don't know. And I'm going to pour some of this cold brew. That is so thin. And we've got to try it just straight. It doesn't taste like what I think almond milk tastes like. Yeah, the coffee is not very good in general. And they're both kind of watery, so I think it's kind of an issue. Okay, I'm giving this almond milk a fair shot. I'll be right back. So clearly the cold brew was kind of a flop. So I made some espresso, which is normally how I would make an iced coffee. And let's give this a try. Ooh, that's good. But it's good. Like if you needed almond milk or you can't get almond milk right now, I would say yes. Please don't roast me for how much milk I just put in this. Yeah, like I'll definitely drink that. It was good, very good. I just found a spider and a spider web in this and I just rinsed it, so there may still be spider web. I'm kind of a careless person. This looks very thin as opposed to the almond milk, which I was surprised was watery because it looks so thick. This looks thin, see-through. That could be my fault because of how much I didn't blend it. Smells like oatmeal, no duh. So I'm gonna give it a It's not bad. It smells more oaty than it actually is. So, it has a very distinct oat flavor. I've never had oatmeal before? I've never had oat milk before, so it's hard for me to say what it should be like. This is also pretty watery, but it's also very oaty. Like I go to sip this and I feel like I should be eating oatmeal. Yeah, see going back to this, I'm like, yeah, that's way better. So that was me making almond milk, oat milk, and attempting cold brew, which didn't work out very well. I would recommend making the almond milk. I think I probably did something wrong with the oat milk, so you know, maybe watch a tutorial before attempting this if you're an oat milk fan. I think I was a little too scared. I wasn't bold enough.
How to make 2 cups of homemade almond milk. Take half a cup of whole almonds and place in a dish. Soak almonds overnight in ½ inch of water. Drain the water and rinse the soaked almonds. Pour the almonds in a high-speed blender and add 2 cups of filtered water. Add 1 teaspoon of vanilla for flavor, optional. Blend on high speed for 1 minute. Slowly pour almond milk over a dishcloth in a bowl to strain out the pulp. Allow almond milk to strain and mix pulp with a spoon. Squeeze the remaining milk out of the towel and discard pulp. Pour fresh almond milk into jars and store in the fridge. Add to favorite coffee beverage and enjoy.
Thank you so much for watching. This was really fun because I got to just make coffee and drink coffee, and then I got to make a video out of it. So I'm really pleased about that. This was a lot of fun. As usual, you can like, comment, subscribe if you want to. I'm not forcing you to do anything, but just know that you're making my day when you leave comments and stuff. There you go. Thank you. I will see you guys the next time that I decide to post, which I'm hoping is going to be more now that I'm off school and in between obviously having a job because of, you know. Fabiana, girl, what is this about? What is this?